Hi Josh, it's Rob Phillips here from BBC Wales. How are you?
I'm 100%. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Right, here we go. Josh, what have you made of your time at Newport County so far?
Yeah, it's been an experience, definitely. A really good one though. Came over about just over a month ago, and yeah, no, just I'm loving every second of it. To be fair, it's going really
Yeah,
well.
and you know now all about the atmosphere at Rodney Parade after Tuesday night.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that was. Don't think I've ever experienced that in my life on a football pitch, but I'd love to experience it again. That was really good. To be fair, really, really good.
I mean, I don't suppose you'd be thinking too much when you joined about playing a Premier League opposition a handful of games into your Newport career.
Um, yeah, I knew that it was a possibility, but I never really thought that far down the line because I was more focused on just breaking into the squad, looking at the other opposition, as in like league sides and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a really good experience, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
So, how did the move come about?
The move came about quite early, quite late on actually, because we in the League of Ireland, where I was playing at the academy level, we had our transfer window, I think, we were already halfway through the season. So obviously over here there was in pre-season, so everything had to be done fairly quickly to line up in so when I try to remember actually, because it's kind of a blur at this point. Came about really quick. So I think my agent got onto me just one day after training and just said, "Look, there's an opportunity over here. You can have a trial. Just kind of, you don't have to go over to try get on the team. You can just go over for an experience, see how you get on, and no pressure really." So I just kind of came over with the intention of just having a really good experience. And when I came over, then it um it went really well. I think the trials ended up going a lot better than I planned, and obviously Graham was fairly impressed. So kind of just went from there and thought it'd be a really good move. Came over and it turned out it was.
Is it something a lot of League of Ireland players look to? Is this one of the reasons that keep you going? That I'm not disrespecting the Irish League, the League of Ireland at all, but how much of an ambition is it to get across the water and join clubs this side of the water?
I think that's, to be fair, since I was growing up in football anyway, I started off very quite well. Didn't start off very late, but compared to what most people would start at, I started at about 11, 12, which is quite a late age. But ever since I started, I think the goal was to get over the water because everyone knows. I think the League of Ireland, it is great. It's a really high standard. And I think a lot of people do play with the intention of getting onto a League of Ireland first team and representing um some of the teams over there. But I think you like watch football since you were younger and you watch all these teams over in England and over different countries and over the water. And I think that's just there. I think there's a lot of resources over here that everyone knows that they want to get a hold of. So I think for lads that are playing in the League of Ireland, I think it is in the back of their mind, if they are taking football seriously, that they would like to get over the water. But I think it's each to their own, to be honest. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. But for me anyway, my goal was definitely to get over here. Um didn't have a set club, but that I had my eye on. But I mean, the goal was really just to get over here and experience football in the UK. So
When you were in Ireland, it always seems to me whenever players come over from Ireland, they've always played football along with hurling or uh, other GAA sports. Were you the same? Did you have that dilemma of what to do?
I think everybody in Ireland has that dilemma. I grew up playing Ga, which is Gaelic, so um that was my thing since I was a kid, and I think it got to the stage that I think everyone hits this stage at I think around 12, 13 that they have to choose between the two because everyone used to choose play the two of them. but then games would cross over and you'd have to miss maybe a football game for a Gaelic match or a Gaelic match for a football. Do you know what I mean? So coaches wouldn't be too impressed. So I think when you hit the age of 12, 13, you have to make that decision. And obviously I chose football, but yeah, look, it is what it is. At the time, it was a really hard decision, but looking back on it now, it's the no-brainer for me. So
Yeah, and of course, being Irish, you've got tough boots to fill. Not your position, but Padraig Amon goes down as a Newport County legend.
yeah, oh yeah, like no, I heard there's a few Irish heads that have come through the Newport system, that have done really well. So look, it's just I have to try and make my mark now. So yeah, that's it. It is what it is.
And of course, you're not alone with the gaffer, and of course, Mark O'Brien in the dressing room as well.
Yeah, no, he Mark never fails to remind me of his success here. So I think I'm gonna just try catch up at the moment with all that. But yeah, no, it's made it a lot made it very comfortable over here. It's made it a lot easier settling in. I think just having a few how would I say, just having a few local accents around the dressing room. It's yeah, it's just definitely helped a lot. So makes you feel a lot more comfortable. Makes you feel a bit more at home, I think.
Last couple. I know you. I don't know if you played rugby when you were younger, but the Rugby World Cup's coming up, and Ireland are one of the favourites. Are you taking bets on with the other lads about winning the World Cup?
Um, a lot of my friends played rugby. I never played rugby. I think my parents kept me away from that because I don't know, it was just never really my thing was Gaelic and football, but my whole family is a lot of my family are South African, so they're all heavy South African rugby fans. So I always grew up watching the Rugby World Cup and stuff, always kind of sitting in between the two, because whenever Ireland played South Africa, it was a bit of a sticky one because in my household, my mum would be a diehard Springboks fan. But look, it's yeah, no, I don't follow it too much, but if there's ever any big games, I'll always try watch them. So
So Ireland or South Africa for the World Cup?
I'd have to choose Ireland. I'd have to. My mum will kill me, but I have to choose Ireland all the time. But I yeah, I'll just stick with Ireland. Has to be.
And finally, you're getting opportunities, aren't you? And now you want to nail down a starting place if you can.
Yeah, look, that's the goal. I think the aim coming in was more because I knew I had a lot of potential to come in, and it was more to I think this year was to develop, but I think I'm definitely developing quite quickly now compared to when I came over, just from doing bits and bobs after training and stuff like that with the likes of Mark and the gaffer and stuff, just brushing up on all the parts I need to perfect. So obviously at the moment I'm certainly not the finished product, but yeah, no, that's definitely the goal. The goal wouldn't be to stay on, obviously stay on the bench at the moment, but it is what it is. As a young player, you have to show your worth. So just have to keep improving and keep going and take more opportunities when they come, I guess.
Josh, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thanks.
No problem. You too. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, you've got your chances at right back, but you're centre back by trade, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a centre back. So the way that works is I've played a few positions in my time. I started off as a winger originally, because when I was a lot smaller, I was really quick, so it was kind of in my head a no-brainer to start there, and I loved attacking football, and I enjoyed it. So then obviously, I think when it hit lockdown, the start of lockdown, I started getting a lot bigger, had a growth spurt. So and I think at the time the club that I was playing at, the right back, I think he got injured or something like that. I remember they stuck me in right back for a game and did really well there. I think I did better than I did in right wing at that time. So I think from that day on, I kind of stuck as a right back, and then moved clubs about 3 years later, nearly. could have that wrong, but roughly that time frame. And moved to Shelbourne, and when I went into Shelbourne squad, they took a look at me and said, "Look, have you ever played centre back?" And I just said, "No, I'll give it a shot if you need me to play there." So then went in. I was lucky to play alongside the likes of Stefan Negra, who's off to Oxford now. Me and him played alongside each other with that team, and I think it went very well. We had like, I forget how long it was, but there was a big win streak that we had, and it was just defensively we were completely solid. So I remember just saying, right, I think this is a really solid position for me, so I'll stick here. And yeah, just so it's handy to play a couple though. It's always handy to be versatile and not just be stuck in one position, I guess.
Isn't it?
The biltong definitely, I'll stay off the Guinness, but yeah, no, love biltong anyway.
Absolutely. With the trial, how much of a gamble was it really to come over? I mean, where were you living when this sort of happened?
So the situation I was in was I was doing a course, it's kind of like a football course back at home, and it was a 1 year course after my because I skipped TY, so TY over in Ireland would be I'm not sure what the equivalent would be. It's kind of like transition year, so it's optional during um your secondary school years. So I skipped that because my TY year would have been in lockdown, so there wasn't much happening. So I decided to take the year after sixth year to do that 1 year long course. So that was really good for me. Just I was able to play football every single day, do lifeguarding courses, all this kind of stuff on top of that. And then I think it was coming to the end of my course when I came to do the trial. So it was really it was a gamble, but it was definitely a gamble worth taking because I'm so glad that I'm over here now, to be fair. If I was back at home at the moment, I was wonder what I'd be doing right now, but I mean I guess I'll never really know it. So you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's just I'm glad I took it anyway. They took the opportunity, and yeah, really glad that I ended up here.
When Graham told you you'd done enough for a contract, what was that moment like?
Oh, I won't forget it. Yeah, I was in his office after training, and I pretty much because I think I was heading home that evening, and I remember saying to him, "Look, I'm heading home now. How did I get on? What do you think?" And when he told me that I've done enough to impress him and that he'd love to have me on the squad, it was yeah, it was a great feeling. It was I just remember ringing my parents straight after it and telling them, and it was they were happy but sad at the same time because they knew what that meant. They knew I'd have to leave home, but I think everyone knows how much it meant. So definitely a really good experience, good memory.
And you're making strides already, you feel, with sort of just working in a full-time environment.
Oh, 100%. Going from academy football to first team football it's a big jump, but it was a jump that I was definitely ready to take. I made sure I was at a level where it wouldn't take too much of a toll on my body, so I wouldn't be like I couldn't handle it. Workload pre-season wasn't easy. It was definitely jumping straight from academy football to first team pre-season, and was definitely. I remember a few times nearly getting sick after training, but sure, look, that's the good it's a good thing though. We all appreciate it during the season now because you can see just the stats and the numbers all the boys have been putting out in the games is outrageous, like the running that we're doing. So yeah, look, it's great. I think just even doing one-to-one stuff while defending, just in general, like playing alongside very experienced defenders and stuff like that, you can't not really progress. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a really good experience, good opportunity.
Good stuff. Can I just double check? You're a Dublin boy, is that right?
No,
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 you're
I'm
not.
not.
I thought you.
I that's the I say that to some people because I know no one knows I'm from Monaster Boys, so it's like a little it's the countryside of outside of a town called Drogheda. So
Okay.
yeah, so I played football in Dublin, so it's kind of to save the stories and stuff. I just tell people, yeah, look, just outside Dublin. But yeah, no, from one of the boys, so it's in the sticks,
Got to get these things right, though. You've got to get it down, otherwise it'll always be you're from Dublin, and it's because there's a fair few Dublin boys in that squad, isn't there?
In the
county setup, yeah, there's a few Dublin boys.
I think the gaffer and all that, they're from Dublin. They and a few of the heads are from Dublin. So yeah, no, again, that just makes it so much more comfortable, because it's not like I'm in it doesn't make, sometimes they don't feel like I'm in a different country when I am. So it's really good, really good.
Brilliant. I'll let you crack on.